Nothing is permanent, just a glimpse of what you'll miss. It's all permanent as you lose your pointless wish. I sit and ponder about what affected my soul and reap the destruction of things that I never controlled. I step in and sold myself on the idea that it had to happen. Time is creeping in the shadows as a strapped assassin. At this point I wanna move on but lack the passion. When it comes, how much will you cry after laughing? Things are things, but some things you won't likely get back. No matter how nicely you ask, it's enticing to mask up the real you and store it. As the wanted visitors are locked outside your fortress, you force it underneath the trash heap of pity and resentment. But half an ass cheek is really what you can't feel. More than ever, man, you need to rush. As you stand still, more is lost than there really was.
I love the shadow, though it disappears.
When the shadows disappear, doesn't matter what you hear, you're just asking for the fear.
I love the shadow, though it disappears.
When the shadows disappear, doesn't matter what you hear, you're just asking for the fear. I often pay the price, but the amount is small. I watch my daily life and can't account for frauds. I take a big step back and just surround it all. I look down and fall, but we're different, I can't drown it all in alcohol. I stand apart in my reaction, it ain't right. Practiced all day, but overwhelmed with stage fright. In the afternoon I find I fear the day's night. But even in my darkest shadow there's a ray of light. One day I might cope with the truth, hoping for use ignorance to help me ignore all of the proof. It's one-dimensional, I did what I wanted to do. But how much did you win before you started to lose? And how'd you keep going? I need so-and-so to acknowledge that I tried to pay the debt, yet I keep owing. I say I did my best, but it was a weak showing. Look for a shoulder to cry on, yet I see no one.
I love the shadow, though it disappears.
When the shadows disappear, doesn't matter what you hear, you're just asking for the fear.
I love the shadow, though it disappears.
When the shadows disappear, doesn't matter what you hear, you're just asking for the fear. If you had stayed, we could've shared an extra moment. And I hope that you thought about it as I did when I wrote this. Looking back, I just don't know if it was better or worse. I watched the fuzzy picture in slow-mo. I still hope those decisions were worth it, but just because the frame is nice don't mean the picture is perfect. Feeling sad, wishing the curse lifts. I'm all alone in my room as I sit with my verses and clutch them tight. Stealing is something that you mustn't try, cause this is something I can't lose. I bust and die before anyone can take it away from me. Even if it's playfully, you won't have another day to see. Attain a scene of hope covering the loss and tears. I'm stuck wondering what would've happened all those years. Not afraid of questions, but I still don't cross my peers. I'm pissed off and I'm just being honest here. Self-pity is a bitch and that girl is persuasive, but behind me is fate, so I turn and I face it. I can't take it, but I try to make it by putting to my mind what the world is a race with.
I love the shadow, though it disappears.
When the shadows disappear, doesn't matter what you hear, you're just asking for the fear.
I love the shadow, though it disappears.
When the shadows disappear, doesn't matter what you